Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Idham Izani bin Muhammad. Today I will present my final year project, learning accounting through gameplay. Background: accounting students discover studying accounting fairly testing, as there are numerous unpredictable viewpoints that can bring to the poor achievement in academic results. On the student perspective, failure can be related with three significant individual viewpoints, such as foundation information faced in studying the subject and the student's habit. It very well may be summarized: the understudy related component and instructor factor game-based learning seems to be possible alternative to attract their attention. For the problem statement for this project is: first, a lack of enjoyment and interest in learning accounting. St. Tusu and Temeli state that the student claim that complexity in learning accounting is the problem for their research. Second is inadequate instructional resource. 2016 state that lacking informative material likewise impede imaginative educating and learning approaches that can induce the ability to meet the cutthroat worldwide market request. And the last problem statement is perspective of students toward accounting subject. Rosley 2018 state the students who are starting learning accounting subject feel anxiety and unconfident with this subject. Objective for this project is to design a storyboard of an enjoyable accounting learning through games, to develop an application, and to evaluate the enjoyment experience of learning accounting through game. Scope and limitation. Scope of this project is to develop and design the game-based learning accounting as educational tools for learning process. The target user of this project, it will be students accounting in the secondary school, which is Form 4 students. Platform for this project is mobile operating system, which is Android and iOS. The genre for this project is adventure game and educational games. The user will be learn in English and Bahasa Malaysia based on education standard, and the quiz for this game is basic concept of accounting from the Form 4 syllabus. For the limitation for this project is this project was developed not online mode, so they can't play with other player. Significance of study: the project is to provide an adventure game for students in learning accounting. The benefit of this project are to develop an enjoyable game in learning accounting. The game design is to help students to learn and understand the basic concept. The development of this project also can increase the user memory capacity. This game also designed for students who have anxiety in learning accounting. Several studies shown playing video can improve player moods, promote relaxing, and ward off anxiety. Next is literature review. This project will be based on gameplay enjoyment model, which is challenge, companionship, exploration, fidelity, fantasy, and competition. GEM is a way to measure player enjoyment, and it can be used for design game that related to the learning process. Syllabus selected is Form 4 syllabus, which is introductory topics. For this project, we this project use Unity as a game engine and Blender software for creating and designing. For methodology, for the selected methodology for this project, the GDLC is the most suitable, which has 6 phases, which are initiation, pre-production, production, testing, beta testing, and release. For initiation phase, this phase includes created rough concept of what kind of the game that will be created by observing through journal and site. Next is pre-production phase that focus on defining genre, gameplay, storyboard, character, and element of the games. Next is production phase. This process is creating and designing the game element by using Blender and Unity software. This phase includes scripting and combining all the game element into the environment. Next is testing phase. It will be conducted after the application is ready to run, to test the functional of the game. Next is beta testing. Beta testing, it will be led by the outsider to test the project, the game's development. Next is release, is final stage of the GDLC. When the game development is ready, it will be released to the public. For the survey was conducted by Google Form based on gameplay enjoyment model. For the challenge, most of the respondents moderately agree with the game is difficult to beat, difficult to master, and challenging of difficulty level. It shows the game was not difficult or easy. Next is fidelity. Average of students are strongly agree with the games includes a realistic graphics, animation, sound effect, and 3D graphic. For the exploration, most of respondents strongly agree with the games is in working, allow them to explore unfamiliar place and explore for hidden things. For fantasy, most of respondents strongly agree with this game in the fantasy world and the use of fictional people for the character. For the conclusions, learning accounting through gameplay has effectively helped the student who need to learn and to recognize how simple accounting is. The objective for this project has been obviously accomplished. The advancement of the game can be worked on stage by adding new level that will be more enjoyable in the game. The game element of the game that can be improved is adding skill for the character, and adding more topic so it can cover more from the syllabus. The game also can improve in-game elements such as skill of player or game tasks. Next is the game system. For the left side, it shows the front page of the game, and when the player click the play button, it will bring to the second page, which is main menu page. This is from the menu page, about page, option page, and credit page. For the option page, this page allow the player to adjust the volume for the music background. For the about page, it brief the student on how to play the games. For the credit, it shows some information about supervisor and myself. Next is the game system. The game controller is the player can move with the left joysticks and jump by right joysticks. For the game scenes, on the top right corner, the player can pause the games, and top left corner, it will show the coin score and quiz score. For the right side, it shows the checkpoint for this game. The checkpoint in this game has 7 checkpoints. So when the player fall into the water, the player will respawn at the checkpoint. This is the pause scene. When the player click the pause button, it will appear pause scene, which includes a resume button for the player to resume the games, menu that bring the player to the menu scenes, and quit button. Next is the quiz scenes and answer scene. For the left side is when the player hit the box button, it will appear a question. The question will appear, and it includes multiple choice answer. When the player clicks the answer, it will pop up a board that have some information about correct answer or wrong answer. The player needs to click the OK button to continue the game. Next is last is end scene, which includes some information, level complete, and 2 button, which is play again and quit button. For the play again button, it will restart the scenes, and for the quit button, it will bring the player out of the game. That's all from me. Thank you.